Well, today I've got a little bit of a treat. It's a opening up, unboxing, and review of a new CanPump pressure washer. This is a 240 volt model. I think it's maybe 3 horsepower. Let's see what we got. All right. Tire. Manual. Nice quality hose from German design. Unloader. Some frame parts, looks like a wand holder. Another tire. Legs for the frame. Gun, wand, quick connects on everything. And then top handle with control module. Get this box open. Padding, small padding. This is a heavy unit. I think it's 140 pounds total, give or take. So, then in the bottom, there's a piece of wood to protect it. All right, so let me open everything up, lay it out, and start assembly. Okay, so I've got everything laid out of all the packages. So we've got the main motor with the pump, upper handle, and there's an electronic control box on the back side of that. The hose with quick connects, lance, quick connects, both tires, unloader, which bolts onto the pump, the standoffs for the stand, and the axles for the wheel, soap nozzle or soap hose, and then the lance, the thing to help hold it, and the hose. So let's start putting this together. So right now to put it together, I've got a adjustable wrench, needle nose pliers, and 114 millimeter wrench. Away, pull the cap off. Now I'm just gonna hit this with a wrench, make sure it's nice and tight. Put this aside. Put the hose aside. Well, before we do that, let's actually look at the manual, which way it says to put things together. So it says first put the rubber feet on, which they're already on, came like that. Connect the lance, hose, the assembly directions are a little light, but I think for the most part it's pretty self-explanatory anyways. So let's do the unloader first. Let me move this, actually. Make sure you push this in. I've noticed this on a lot of pumps. Kind of gets knocked out a bit with shipping. You definitely don't want to lose the screen, otherwise you might have trouble later. These just come apart. It's got an O-ring to seal. So when you line it up, don't tighten everything. Just kind of start first by hand tightening everything. Nope, didn't start yet. There it goes. Yep. No. All right, let me start that. Turn it back. All right, I took these out, started them by hand. I would do that if you're having trouble putting them in. Hit them with a little light oil, you know, WD-40, PB Blaster, whatever, just to make sure they go in nice and smooth. So I just didn't have a socket handy to tighten these up. That's why I'm using an adjustable wrench. And that's it. So let's get the wheels on next. It's kind of cool. There's a little pin. Snaps in right there. For the wheels, I'm gonna put the valve stem on the outside in case you ever need to add air. You know, it makes it a heck of a lot easier than putting it on the inside. Nope. I'll just use, let me grab a wrench. 19mm socket. So what I'm going to do, just to make it easier.
Interesting question.
Oopsie. Take that one off. And we'll start it. These are all nylon threaded inserts, so let's see if I can do it by hand. Nah, I have to put it on the unit itself. So same thing, push that pin in until it's there. 19mm socket and tighten it up. That's it. You don't have to go crazy with them either. All right, let's get these feet on now. So if you look, one side has a washer from the top, and the bottom, it has the, not serrated, but the washer so it doesn't vibrate off. So let me put the washer. Start with this. And one thing that's important, since I knew I was going to flip this around a few times, I did not put the final cap in the pump. So when the pumps ship, they come with a breather cap. I did not switch this to the vented cap. So kind of got to hold this while the leg moves. Should be. Ow. Yeah. My own stupidity. But this is the 14mm on the top. The bottom's 13mm, but it's grabbing because of the washers. All right, let me do the other side, and then I will move along. All right, something I realized after I assembled that side, stand it up on the rear. It makes it a little easier to get the legs on. All right, way easier doing it this way. At least now you know. So almost done, pretty much. Throw the handle on. Oh. be a bit tight. Let me put this handle on and then I'll put the video back on. Next step, install the bracket to hold the handle and the hose. Then all I've got to do is put the electrical connections together. So this goes that way. Goes like that. Put these bolts on each side. I mean on both sides. All right, almost done. Just throw the lance on the hose. Lance is right there. Like that. I have to do the electrical. And then, also, here's what I was talking about. So this is very important to do too. When they ship with a shipping cap that's non-vented. You need to do this, otherwise you'll mess up the pump oil and maybe damage the pump. This set screw came for, I've seen this before on the pumps. They sometimes go here. It's a different style, I'd say. So let's and a lot of this stuff, it's just finger tight. And then you can undo it. Yeah. But now, it's very important, don't turn the machine over. If you flip it to the side, you know, this cap has a vent, it's gonna leak oil. If you go upside down, it's gonna leak. If you're gonna do that, for some reason, switch this cap back. While you're doing, let's say, that maintenance, if you're flipping it up and down and to the sides, and just make sure when you're done, put the vent cap in to run it. All right, almost done assembly. Another thing, this is the detergent hose. I like to spray a little lubricant in here because otherwise it can be a little challenging to put this on, depending on the unit. See what I mean? Let me spray the whole nozzle. Now I'm making a mess, but oh well. All right, let me play around with this. It's gonna take me a little bit of effort. All right, so it's all assembled. I just have to buy an outlet so I can hook it up to 240. So this is direct from the motor. I think there's a cable tie. I have it. I've got to figure out where it goes, but that just goes in, twist, and you're set. But this looks like a pretty nice unit. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I just have to put that outlet on, try it out, and we'll continue in a bit. Alrighty, so finished building it, assembled. A few things I wanted to show. One, I've got a pressure gauge to show you. This is rated at 1900 PSI. I've been playing around with this a tiny bit, but this is actually preset, so I was pretty happy. You can see it's at 1900. I'll turn it on. We'll show what that is. Only thing that I really didn't understand, this is my first 240 volt unit. The ends don't come with a plug, so I bought a EV extension cord since I'm buying the EV soon. And then this is a 3-prong, like the dryer. This is 240 volt. That's actually a 10 gauge cord. And this unit, I looked at the motor. It takes 12 amps. So that cable is good for 50 amps. Not even close to having any sort of issue. Alrighty, let me put you in a stand and go from there. And then other thing was, it's nice, quick connects everywhere. So it doesn't come with the pressure gauge, but quick connects here. Those quick connects are mine. Quick connects on this side. All right, everything's plugged in, and there's 2 switches. There's one switch here, And then this is the other switch. So this is just a liner out of my car, out of the trunk. I was gonna clean it. Turn this on. Had an air, yeah, air in the line. It's coming back. Got a bunch of air in the line. Coming through. All right, I'm back. All right, next I'm gonna do some of the car. All right, I sprayed the wheels down. So another thing I wanted to say, you can hear it in the background and it'll go off. That's the auto start stop, which is really nice. So compared to gas, let's say you're washing the car, on a gas one, you really need to make sure you don't let it sit there building pressure, not squeezing the trigger, because the pump's heating up and eventually you'll damage the pump and break it. So on the electric like this, you just let it, you're done, it has auto stop. Take a break or you're changing whatever you're doing, it's kind of convenient. So there it goes. And then give it a few more seconds and you'll hear the motor turn off. And so you don't have to worry about any pump damage or anything like that. So this is a really nice unit if you're just using around the house. Okay, so final couple notes. Just make sure, understand the operation. Check your oil level. Right there, you'll see the little line. That's good. Don't forget, that does need maintenance, even though this is electric. There's two on-off switches. One is here. Up is on, down is off. Second one is here. On, off. This is the auto start stop. So right now the whole unit's on. I'm gonna squeeze the trigger. You can see the gauge. So that's the auto start stop, so you don't damage the pump. Pretty cool. Overall, I like this unit. This is my second electric unit. I have a AR high-end unit, but it's a 110, 120 volt unit. This is a 240. The nicer thing about this one is one, I'm running this off a dryer plug and I'm not tripping the breaker. On my other unit, I use my household outlet. I constantly trip my breaker. So I am getting a 240 installed for my EV. I ordered the Rivian R1T and I'll get that about 1.5 years. The only other difference is, at first I was a little nervous. I never had a 240 volt piece of equipment, air compressor, anything like that before. So when the plug does not have an end, that's not any surprise. That's because it's designed for you to wire it. That plug end Right there, the black one, that's from Home Depot, Levitron. It's about 20 bucks. It's a 3-prong dryer. There's also 4-prong, then there's twist lock. Make sure you're educated. I'm not going to comment about this because it can be dangerous if you do it wrong. Go talk to an electrician, see an electrician if you don't know what you're doing. And only other thing, mentioned too, this unit has pneumatic tires. They're pretty nice. I know some people like pneumatic, some prefer flat free. To me, it's kind of the same. If they go bad, I'd probably replace them with flat free. But overall, I kind of like the pneumatic because they're easier to move around, especially when you're getting the vibration into you. And I was gonna say too, it doesn't vibrate, not like a gas unit. So gas units, this would be vibrating around and it would be moving. It would probably end that way or that way. This unit just stays put. So overall, it's a real nice unit. I'm happy with it, no complaints. The pressure is what's advertised, the auto start stop, and I'm just gonna continue to use it. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.